Hey everybody, it's your girl Angie. Welcome back to Kiss My Cheeks TV. I'm about to talk about Ready to Love. I know this our show, y'all. This is our show. This was a good episode. This has some good talking points. And I got an opinion and I'm just about to put it out there and I can't wait to see what you all have to say in the comments. Like, this was a good episode. Let's jump right into it. Like I said last week, the first 60 seconds of this episode, y'all could have tagged on to the last 59 minutes of last week's episode. We did not have to wait to see this part of Ron and David's elimination. I'm so happy two men went home because they sent my girl Tressa home. And I ain't mad at, like I tell you, Tressa, you won, girl, because you ain't got to sit here and deal with all this bullshit. Because it is just a giant dust ball because they ain't got no snow in Texas. What they got, them hay balls? It's just a giant ball of bullshit. On the men's side and the women's side, like half of the women are full of shit. And damn near all of the men are full of shit outside of KG. I do believe in KG. I feel like KG about to get his heart hurt yet again. But let's jump into it. So up first, we still got David trying, not letting Liz talk. And I'm like, come on, Liz. And finally, he said he's self-eliminated. And I'm with Liz like, when the fuck you self-eliminate and why you wait to come here on camera and tell me you could have called and told me you self-eliminated, boo. David is one of those who wants to dump you before you can dump him. And he knew the dumping was coming, so he didn't want Liz to dump him. He blurts out, he self-eliminates. He does his best to try to give Liz a hug and a kiss, and Liz is not here for it. Liz tried her best to manipulate David into sitting down and having a conversation like, you're a man of God. I know you're a gentleman. A gentleman will let a lady talk. I know you're a gentleman. Like, Liz, no, he's not. Like, can y'all open y'all fucking eyes? I have seen through David since the casting special. I knew David was full of shit when they put out the cast review. Go back and watch that very first video. Go back and watch it. David is one of those who loves love. He wants to fall in love fast. And as soon as you do one thing on his no list, he drops you like a bad habit. He's gonna, you gone. And that's what he did to Liz. He couldn't take that Liz was into other people and other people were into her, but it's a fucking dating show. And bye. I don't care. I don't care nothing. What I wrote about. At the end, he gonna put God into it. I don't like people who put God into their bullshit. Like, no, don't play with God like that. Don't play with the word, oh, I feel like the enemy is trying to attack. So Liz is the enemy. Liz is the devil. The devil trying to attack. Get him off my show. Thank you, Jesus. Thank you, Tommy. Thank you, what is it, VH1? Lord, I ain't got the channel wrong. Whatever channel it come on. Thank y'all for getting him off my TV screen. By the OWN. I got it right, Oprah. The OWN network. By David. So let's move over to Ron and Alexis's bullshit. I can't stand neither one of them. I cannot stand neither one of them. And I'm rolling my eyes the entire time at them both. Alexis does tell Ron that he's not ready to love. And Ron says, well, you know what? I've lost a lot of respect for you. I thought you were smarter than this. And I'm like, yeah, Alexis, I thought you were smarter than this. Like, smarter for his bullshit. Like, I thought you were smarter too, girl. Ron said, what did he say next? She in the confessional talking about, I'm so disappointed and he's not going to be condescending to me. I'm so disappointed. If only he knew I was just ready to give him my heart and to take care of his. And I'm like, bitch, you was just so easy to fall in love with AJ last night. And now Ron, if only Ron knew you was getting ready to take care of his heart. Like, girl, you full of all the same shit these men are full of. Like, really. You just wanted to put out your little fly clothing line. I saw your little jogging suit and that was cute, girl. But no, ma'am. No, ma'am, Alexis. And so then Ron hits her with, well, I just wanted you to know that's why I took Amber out on a date and kissed Amber all in the mouth. I ain't never kissed you all in the mouth. And I talk to Amber every night on the phone. And I'm like, KG must work the night shift at the radio station. Because why is Amber not talking to her boo KG every night? I don't know. Like, Amber, you ain't got no case files to read. You got time to talk to Ron. Of all of the men, Ron, you want to talk to every night? Okay. I feel like Ron was lying. Did he kiss Amber? Like, I don't even remember seeing the date of them kissing. And if they kissed, it wasn't like no ooh wee tongue you down. It might have been a little peck on the mouth or something. I don't know. But anyway, now Miss Alexis in her feelings. She in her feelings. She can't believe Amber kissed Ron. And we gonna get to that to be continued. Because I'm gonna read Alexis at the end of this. And y'all already know why. But at least I can say Ron was gentleman enough to hug and part ways. Like, both of them was full of bullshit, but at least he ain't do a Naya and a David and run off and yell at the cameras on the way out and say the enemy is coming. I don't know what the hell they talking about. Anyway, I'm sure as soon as Ron got off that confessional, he hit up Chrysanthemum. Boo, I done dropped my notes. Boo, put on your tightest cat suit. We getting ready to go to the club and have fun. Because he said in that confessional, he wants a woman that he can have fun with. He wants a woman that he could put on his arm. Lord, I ain't going to be able to reach these notes. To put on his arm, put on her best cat suit, and go to the club and have a good time. Hold on a second. Let me reach down here and get my notes if I can reach them. Oh, okay. But so yeah, I'm sure he hit up Chrysanthemum. Let's move on. Tommy have a round table. I think I hit the fast forward. I don't care what Tommy's talking about at this round table, because Tommy is giving these men and women bad advice on love. Very bad advice on love. Let's just send them to a ranch. You talking about you gotta live with them to know if you could be with them. I'm like, you sending them to a ranch, Airbnb, wherever it is. I'm sure they all have their own rooms. They're going to be there for what, 2 or 3 days. Now, you do need to vacation with someone to see if you could travel. I feel like you need to have people catch flights, taxis, Ubers, check in, check out. You got to go through all them stages, because I'm telling you, people travel different. Like, I'm more of a laid back traveler. Like, I remember me and my husband went on our very first vacation and we had an amazing time. But I'm more of a laid back traveler. Like, oh, we missed that shuttle. Another one to be here. Like, I ain't about to go call around and do all this for, like, I got to get to those. Like, we'll get on the next one. We kicking it. Let's just take some pictures and chill. We gonna get there, you know. You do have to see if you can vibe with people. But people are different and people still get along. Let's get back into the episode. There's a lot of entanglements at the ranch. A lot of entanglements. Kyra can't choose between Jason and AJ. Jason can't choose between Kyra and Liz. AJ got Alexis on the back burner, but he's still trying to get in with Kyra where he could fit in. But he upset. It's just a lot of entanglements and a lot of messiness is getting ready to ensue. So let's get into it. What happens first? I ain't gonna go through everybody's little side conversation. Let's just get into the meat and potatoes of this. So at some point, the ladies are sitting around having a good conversation. And I guess Vernisha is talking about how much she into her Joel. And then Amber was like, I can't, as a woman, I can't let Vernisha not know that he picked Kyra the other week as his number one. I gotta be messy right now, because as a woman, I'd be even more messy if I kept it to myself. I'm like, bitch, you could have kept that to yourself. She gonna say, hold up, Joel. But didn't you pick Kyra as your number one the other week? And he like, hold up, baby. I was gonna tell her that. Joel, why you ain't tell her then? You had 2 weeks. You had 2 weeks to tell Vernisha what you did at that round table. You had no intentions of telling Vernisha. You was going to let Vernisha see it at the reunion like everybody else. This was definitely, it had to be a producer in Amber's ear saying, go ahead and tell Vernisha XYZ. I just can't see Amber. I mean, people are messy. It don't matter what profession you are. It's messy people in every profession. That was just extremely messy to me. And she got her karma at the end. But we ain't got to the end yet. So now Joelle is upset. Like, why you tell her this? Vernisha is pissed. Pissed. Like, yeah, we had, because, you know, Joelle had to explain, you know, we had the little argument, and while we was arguing, I just threw Kyra's name out there. I ain't mean nothing about it. You know, it's me and you, boo, da-da-da. And Vernisha not having it. She was like, no, I'm about to tell you why Vernisha was mad. Vernisha didn't say it, but I'm about to tell you, because as a woman, this is why I would be mad. One, this is a dating show. I don't give a fuck who name you put out as number one, number two, number three. It's all about actions. You can clearly see the only woman on this show that Joelle is entertaining is Vernisha. So I don't think he give a fuck about Vernisha either. But that's beside the point. What is upsetting Vernisha is that it's embarrassing, because she knows on television she's put all her eggs in the Joelle basket. She ain't move around. She ain't entertain no other men. She put all her eggs in the Joelle basket. And then she knows at some point on this show, they're going to see Joelle saying he wants to be with Kyra. Kyra is number one. So she's looking at it like, you on here embarrassing me on national TV. It's embarrassing, because Kyra is sitting right there, and Kyra knows damn well she probably only had 2 conversations with Joelle. So it's not that he wants to be with Kyra or that he had any intentions of being with Kyra. It's that you shitted on my name on TV, and that shit is embarrassing. And you don't even have any, you couldn't even give me a heads up. Like, if Amber didn't say it, it was not going to be said. And you were just going to embarrass me on TV and have me take it for what it is. I'm like, bitch, if this ain't the biggest red flag, like, I've been every week, and I know we seeing it in the future, but every week I've been telepathically trying to tell you this man is not into you. He's been showing me that he's not into you for weeks now. And I'm like, Vernisha, why can't you see it? And it's hard because I feel like Vernisha really likes Joelle, and she can't see that this man does not like her. But let's move on, because they're going to have some more times to argue, and we're going to get to it. We get another Seagrams moment. I love me some of that Jamaican me happy. I'm about to go get me one when I turn this camera off. The girls are talking, and they're asking each other what they're looking for while they're being here at this ranch. And Miss Alexa said, I'm looking for a made-up mind. When I leave here, I want the minds to be made up. And of course, Kyra is like, I don't have a made-up mind. Like, I really don't know who I want to be with. If I want to be with AJ or if I want to be with Jason. But I really like Jason the most. Do we think Kyra is full of shit, or is she really working the process? I feel like, I don't want to say Kyra is full of shit. I feel like she is working the process. But at this point in time, when we down to some of these last few eliminations, you should know who you're feeling more than the other. And Alexis ain't here for it. She's like, Kyra, she playing games. She an attorney. She real strategic. And she just trying to keep this hold on AJ. And she know I want to be with AJ. I'm like, bitch, last week you wanted to be with Ron. How the fuck she supposed to make up her mind over who you want to be with? No, ma'am. No, ma'am. Why ain't nobody go home? That's what I want to know. Why did Alexis not go home this week? But let's keep moving. So, Jason and AJ are in the kitchen while the girls are outside talking. Jason and AJ are talking about Kyra. And AJ says that he doesn't like that Kyra keeps picking AJ first. And Jason doesn't like what I just said. At this point in the contest or competition, or what is it? Dating show, whatever it is. At this point of the process, he doesn't like that AJ is still an option. And I'm like, isn't Jason full of shit? Because isn't Liz still an option for you? So why Kyra can't have an option? You got one. Why can't she have one? I'm telling you, we just gotta watch this for the bullshit of the entertainment of it all. Now Vernisha and Joelle still talking. She's still upset, and she trying to explain to him like, every time Tommy comes up here and asks us who we want to be with, it's Joelle, 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 Joelle. I've always picked you as my number one. And for you to say Kyra that one time, that upsets me. It's the optics. You don't understand. And I'm like, girl, it's your fault you ain't move around. Why you faulting this man? This is a dating show. He's supposed to date other people. He's supposed to have options. You should have too. Now I ain't taking up for Joelle. But mind you, at this point in the game, I've already seen the bullshit Joelle on. I've already can clearly see. And when we get to this truth or dare, if Venetia can't see it by then, whatever you get is what you get, boo. Whatever you get is what you get. So Joelle says she's more upset now because Joelle said, well, if it was reversed, he wouldn't give a fuck. Like, it ain't no big deal to him if she would have went in there and said Jason was her number one, whoever. I'm like, girl, this is like the fifth red flag this episode. So he's telling you he wouldn't give a fuck if it's reversed because he doesn't give a fuck about you right now. But let's move on. So finally, KG, Vernisha done went outside. She's still snapping. She's telling all the girlfriends. And I don't care what none of them talking about. Because ain't none of them telling her the real. He's just not that into you. KG got to come in and say, look, she done with your ass. She don't want to be with you. You need to fix this or you going to go home with nobody. You going to be on this chopping block. Which, what's so wrong with that? Like, what's so wrong with saying, okay, you know what? It ain't nobody here for me. I'm not about to sit around on the 9th episode and try to get a connection with Liz just so I can stay on the show. It's just not anybody here for me. And let's just talk about it at the reunion. You know what? Let's just end it here and have a good time at the reunion. Do they get paid per episode like they do on the challenge? Because that's what I'm starting to feel. Like, is it a paycheck involved with this? Because it's starting to feel like, let me stick around the longest so I can get the most money. Because I don't understand what's the point of faking these relationships just to be on TV. I guess people do anything to be on TV. Anyway, Liz and Jason, they did do some horseback riding at some point, and I don't want to talk about that. This is after the horseback ride, and Liz and Jason get together, have some conversation. They tell each other some bullshit and kiss. It was very long. It was very boring. I do believe when they kiss, it looks real. Like, it doesn't look like a forced kiss. But I just feel like they're a boring couple. And I just said last week, I don't think Liz is boring, but I think what she portrays on television is very boring. Like, I feel like Liz, outside of the camera, she gets it on and probably gets it down. She just got an image on this TV. But let's move on. It's time for them to eat. Joelle, I agree. He put his foot in that food. That food looked good. Thinking about it got me hungry now because we went to this new restaurant called Sage in Memphis. We went down there for lunch today. And I don't want to say nothing bad about it. It's a Black-owned restaurant. If you live in the Memphis area, I definitely want you to try it out. But what I had, I didn't too much care for, so I'm still hungry. But I said I would definitely go back and try them for their dinner menu. Like when they aren't doing a brunch menu, I would go back. But anyway, that's Sage in Memphis if you want to check it out. But let's move on. So Joelle feels like it's the last 15 minutes of the episode. It's time to apologize because the bullshit he been doing ain't working. His way of apologizing is coming up to Venetia and was like, let me get a kiss, baby. Look at them ebony lips, baby. And I'm like, this woman is red hot mad at you. She don't even want to look at you. And these men feel like if I just kiss these women, they ain't had no man in 16, 17 years. If I just kiss them, look at them, bat my eyes, they gonna get moist and drop their panties. Like, what is it? I don't understand. I wish Venetia would have gave him that whole ass to kiss. But oh no. Venetia softened up. He apologized and he said, you know what, I'm sorry. And more than that, I want you to see my actions. And we getting ready to see your actions at this Truth or Dare. I ain't over it. I was tweeting about that all on Twitter. It was good. And she gives him a chance. Like he says, you just got to give me a chance to apologize. You didn't give me a chance. I'm like, it's the last 15 minutes of the episode. It's probably a whole nother day. Is it the same day? If anything, it went from daytime to nighttime. And how long of a chance you need to just say, you know what? I was fucked up for that. I'm sorry. I shouldn't have said that. But you trying to explain everything. I wouldn't have forgave his ass. But Vernisha forgives him. My eyes are rolling at the TV. I'm like, girl. She love her some Joelle. And it's just sad to see. It's sad to see these women act stupid for these men. Alexis and AJ, you know everybody's still eating, but Alexis is talking to AJ and she's concerned because, you know, you just kissed me last week and now you don't even return my text or call me. Like, what's up with the communication? I'm like, bitch, he's not that fucking into you. He kissed you so you could vote for him to stay. Because last week was a male elimination week. He kissed you in the mouth so somebody could say, oh, well, you know, I'm feeling AJ. And plus, especially since you just dumped Ron. AJ says that kiss was the gas on the pedal. But you don't want to keep your foot on the gas because then we going to be moving too fast. And she's like, but you done took the foot all the way off. You done slowed all the way down. And I'm like, out of all these men, see, you done went through AJ, Ron. Kyra already told you she ain't here to pick nobody who picking her. That's your problem, Alexis. You just looking for who like you. Why don't you go out there and see who you like? I don't understand why Alexis won't just self-eliminate. Because she talking about why I feel like he want to take the gas off the pedal because he's still into Kyra. I just want to shake her head like, yeah, he's still into Kyra. He does not want to be with you. He never wanted to be with you. You've always just been his backup, his option. And he didn't have plenty of options. He tried to give that option to Amber. Jason has tried to maneuver this game on every woman on this show. You the only foolish one to fall for it. You and Kyra. Let's get into Truth or Dare, because Truth or Dare was good. It was good. They done made some drinks. Take some shots. We gonna drink and play Truth or Dare. And if you don't want to do your truth or your dare, you gotta take a shot. Number 1, KG picked Dare. He gotta rub Amber's feet. Easy. That Amber is damn near his girlfriend on the show. Number 2, Vernisha. Are you through with Joelle or not? Hell, you seen them damn near kiss and make up in the other room. Nah, she ain't through with Joelle. Who else the fuck she gonna be with if she is? If she's through with Joelle, Vernisha should just pack up her bags and go home and self-eliminate. I think self-elimination should be a thing that we put into the show. Because I would respect people saying, I'm not here for this bullshit. It ain't no too much bullshit going on. I'm out. Deuces. Bye, Tommy. Bring me back next season like you did KG when you get some better men. You know, that would be me. But moving on. Number 3, Joelle. Joelle picks Dare. And he's there for 10 seconds to kiss Vernisha. Now, mind you, you two are each other's number 1. Been each other's number 1 since day 1. And the way Joelle's face looked when he was forced and dared to kiss Vernisha, it seemed like he damn near wanted to just take the shot and be like, fuck it, I'll drink. He was looking like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. It looked like he was gagging, like, ooh. The whole time his lips were not closed. He was smiling like this, like, and she is trying to kiss him, and he's like, ugh. I'm like, bitch, if you ain't never seen a man disgusted, gagging, wanting to vomit at the thought of having to press his lips against another's, the disinterest, no sexual chemistry. He doesn't want to fuck you. I don't give a fuck how big your ass is. He don't even want to kiss you. Vernisha, this man does not want you. This man wants to be on television until the end. And he's going to embarrass you at this reunion. Self-elimination. I'm telling y'all, next season, it needs to be. So after that kiss, I would have got up and said, you know what? Fuck it. You don't want to kiss me? Y'all should be tonguing each other down. Liz and Jason kiss more passionately. Let's move on, because two number ones. That's how y'all kiss, okay. Jason is asking, he torn between Liz and Kyra. That's the easy one, yes. But the backup question is, but who are you feeling the most? And that's when Jason has to take a shot. I ain't mad at him for taking a shot. But Kyra is mad because she feel like, why you can't answer the question? But I'm like, bitch, why can't you? You want Jason to answer, but you ain't willing to answer. If this is what you want, you and Jason could have been rolled off in the sunset, but no, you still trying to click clack and Kit Kat around with AJ. Let's get to AJ. AJ, are you torn between Alexis and Kyra? Why, yes, I am. I'm going to be torn between as many women as I can, as long as I can stay on this show. Let me tell you what I feel about AJ. And I've said it before. AJ wants to fuck Kyra. Kyra wants to fuck AJ. They still teetering around each other because they have a sexual chemistry. You can see it on their face. I can feel it through the TV. It's a sexual tension that she was ready to fuck AJ that night. But damn it, you didn't pay that bill. I had to swipe my credit card so my legs closed up and you came back with the bullshit of the gender roles and it sopped her pussy up dry and she was over it. But she done seen him again. She done seen his beard. AJ ain't even all that cute to me. But she done seen the beard and the bald head and the pussy is wet again. They need to fuck and get it over with. Because he talking about Kyra is that old thing, but Alexis is like something new, something fresh. That just means Alexis is new pussy. Like, I'll fuck her too. That's all AJ gives for me. And what pisses me off with his response the most, he ain't say nothing too special about you. All he said is you was the new thing. And here go Alexis. Oh, I feel like he does care about me. I got butterflies. I can't believe he said that I was the new thing. I'm like, bitch, you dumb. You dumb. That's why you ain't got no man. Because you always want to be chose. If you're this huge feminist and have all these girl power, why don't you go out there and choose you a man? You always worried about being chose. Kyra has to explain how she feels about AJ. And she says something, but at the end of it, she said, my guard is up. Okay, they toast to guards. Now they ask Liz something, but basically all they want to know is how did David take it when you had to tell him he wasn't ready to love? He showed his ass. He showed his ass. And so then they said, well, what about Ron? How did Ron tell it? And oh, why did they give Alexis a moment to be the victim? It was like she said, scene, I'm ready. Say action. Okay, let me tell you. When Ron left, it was the hardest, most disrespectful conversation I've ever had in my life. Like I ever had. He said, I thought you were smarter than that. He's not going to be condescending to me. Like, ain't nobody going to be condescending to me. And then Alexis has to drop the bomb. And after all of that, and he's going to tell me. And mind you, KG is sitting right there. It's KG, then Amber. She was like, I've been waiting. I've been holding this tea all day. I'm about to drop it right now. He told me he went out on a date with Amber and he kissed Amber. And I'm like, Amber is like, well, bitch, if you had a problem with me, you could have told me. And she was like, I thought we were friends. Amber, I thought me and you were friends. You heard everything I had to say about this man. I am sitting here crying over this man. You are praying with me over this man. You are my friend and you're going to do me like this. You are a Judas. And then the episode went off. I said, girl, you at least need a nomination for that performance. I'm like, who the fuck is Alexis? I'm like, Alexis, how are you mad that this woman kissed Ron? One, it's a dating show. It's a dating show. Two, she ain't your fucking friend. She don't know you. You like the damn Fallon. Fallon Gubadia. That ain't my friend. We just on the show together, but she ain't my friend. And three, didn't you just kiss AJ in the lips the other day? Didn't you just tongue AJ down? AJ is your new number one. I wouldn't give a fuck what Ron was doing. I would give Ron Amber's phone number. If you done, stop calling me. Thank you for calling her. Because I don't want you. I I can't wait till next week and see how deep this friendship goes and what Amber has to say, because now KG feel like he got to have a conversation. KG is falling victim to the same thing he did last season, not moving around. He picked up on Amber, and that's who he clinked with. Like, KG, you should have moved around. It's a dating show. It's a dating show. And the whole time, I'm like, well, somebody gonna tell Vernisha that Amber was kissing Joelle? I'm like, let's put everybody's lips on the table. Who kissed who on the show? So we could know. Like, that's what I want to know. What Vernisha gonna say? It's just a mess. Messy. Alexis is messy, but you know what? Amber, you started it. You started it. She might have gave you some grace if you would have left Joelle business alone, but hell, she felt like, oh, we telling business. Let's tell tea. Let's spill tea. I don't know. It was a good episode. I cannot wait to see the aftermath of this Judas betrayal. Like, we were such good friends. Like, bitch, don't come on a dating show with your friend. As soon as I see if me and my friend, mind you, I'm married, so I would never be on a dating show. But if I was single and me and my friend showed up to a dating show at the same time, I would not want to participate, or we would have to have and it wouldn't be fair to have clear rules of, well, whoever you like, I won't talk to, because it's girl code. They do it to us every season. Every season, somebody in the background, friends, messing with their friends, man. I don't. Funny to me. Anyway, let's go ahead and like, comment, share right here. And I can't wait to hear what you all have to say in the comments about this week's episode. We will discuss it. And I'll see y'all next week for part 2 of this ranch. Because Vernisha got something else. Because Vernisha done told Joelle, don't embarrass me again. So a part of me is feeling that Vernisha finds out about this Amber kiss. And Vernisha is going to be pissed if Amber kissed Joelle before she did. And Joelle didn't have that stank face like when he was kissing Amber. Let's move on. Like, comment, share. I will see y'all next week.